On this episode of Front of Cheap Seats, I'm back with my man Tre after a well-deserved vacation. So we're going to talk about Cam Ward's Pro Day, which was awesome. Some rumors around the Tennessee Titans quarterback room. And we take an idea from Paul Kaharski. Yes, we take an idea from Paul Kaharski. And we see what AI has to do with our 2025 draft. On this episode, Front of Cheap Seats. Hey, what's up? We back at it. I'm Bonafide, and this is my guy, Tre. He's rocking the orange. Today was not a good day for the volunteers. First of all, that's why I don't even mess with college basketball like that anyway. But
terrible sport.
It's a terrible sport. It should contract it. Bring me some lacrosse in Tennessee. Do we even have does University of Tennessee have a lacrosse team? I don't even think so.
I mean, I don't see why not, man.
I mean, look, Danny White gonna make that money after that. But yeah, basically right now, for all Falls fans, we are literally the epitome of the Spider-Man meme because the the football team and the basketball team are doing the Spider-Man meme. Get close, but not close enough. But that ain't what we're here to talk about. Go to Rocky Top Insider or whatever for that. We talking Titans football. So I was off for a little while, taking a little time. Tre had some responsibility. But we back, y'all. We back. We missed y'all. Hopefully you missed us. So Tre, we all know what happened. What day did that happen? Was it was it Monday of last week? The pro day.
Yeah.
Okay,
last week, man.
Yeah. So let me tell you something, man. People like to say, if I was a betting man, I am a betting man. I like to place wagers on games and functions.
Same.
I don't go crazy. I have been known to go crazy with a parlay, Tre. A 17-legger. An afternoon parlay for overs and unders. But let's say if I had a good $1,000, I would put all my money on that on April the 24th during our live stream when Roger Goodell pulls up the doggone car and says that with the first overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans select number 1 quarterback from the University of Miami, Cameron Ward. I would be making it rain.
Rich.
I'm rich. Because, dog, I don't know who they fooling. But they are going to pick Cameron Ward. Now, since the last time we had this podcast, a whole lot of things have transpired. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but Jameis Winston, yes, I shed a tear. Jameis Winston signed with the Giants. What else happened? Jameis Winston signed with the Giants. Oh,
Russell Wilson to the Giants too, man.
Russell Wilson, New York Giants country. Let's ride.
The Russell Wilson, not the Aaron Rodgers saga continues, man.
Oh yeah, he's somewhere in hiding from the Hat Man, trying to figure out whether or not he wants to retire or join the Steelers.
So Vikings, man, you never know, man.
Man,
there's been a lot of crap going on about him and the Vikings, man.
Oh, did you hear the one thing though that came totally out of left field? Did you hear Ryan Tannehill? Somebody reached out to him.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hey, man, that man is in the
Vikings too.
Yeah, it was the Vikings. They reached out to him. Why would you bring her in? So that lets me know one thing. Obviously, we're not a Vikings blog. We would have to find a Vikings fan. But what in the absolute world is going on with the freaking JJ McCarthy?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Was the injury that bad to the point where he's not?
Honestly, I don't even know if it's about the injury. I think it's more so about them feeling confident that he could be their guy. Because they're built to win They're built to win now, right now.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson's there. They got a good defense, good defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Offensive line's being rebuilt. They're built to win now, man. They just need a quarterback, man. And JJ McCarthy ain't ready for that. Then they got to be prepared to pounce.
Yeah. But dog,
you're not wasting any prime years of Justin Jefferson, man. Feels like a sin doing that.
Hey, look, and right now, they on the altar asking for forgiveness because if they don't find a quarterback, they gonna be Father, I have sinned. But you know what would be crazy though? If Aaron Rodgers does go to the Minnesota Vikings, he will have completed the Brett Favre trifecta. And it literally quarterback the Packers to a Super Bowl win, go to the Jets, utterly freaking get rid of that, and then go to the Vikings. And look, Brett Favre with the Vikings wasn't that bad. He had like a little spark. I think they went to the playoffs. I think that's the
they went to the NFC title game, man.
Yeah. So maybe he's in his he's ayahuasca or whatever he's doing. And that's the thing. Why are you doing ayahuasca? You could just do marijuana now. It's legal. They legalized it. So just smoke some weed. But yeah. So he's making that decision. What are the Steelers gonna do, dog?
If they don't get Aaron Rodgers, man, they might be cooked.
Dog.
Like they would either have to draft one of the quarterbacks in the later half of the first round, like Jalen Milroe, Jackson Dart, or they would just have to. I don't know, man. They would be in trouble.
Dang,
they'd be in trouble, Bubble.
Hey, good thing I'm not a doggone Steelers fan. I know some Steelers fans, so we're gonna pray for y'all because y'all need it. Because y'all ain't got a quarterback on the roster. The two that you did have are now both in New York. Crazy enough. So, and look, worst of all, y'all brought back Mason Rudolph. Y'all took Mason was fine in here in Nashville. Y'all brought him back, and now he's your quarterback. So, hey, Godspeed. I mean, look, you can have Will Levis for the low. For the low, give me a fifth rounder. Give me a fifth rounder. Maybe we can make it happen. Because I don't know. Another thing that popped up, and we'll get to Cam Ward's Pro Day here in a minute, but. Have you seen our quarterback room now? After the moves we made,
it's nasty, man.
Oh,
it's nasty.
If our quarterback room was a streaming service, it'd be Tubi.
I don't know. It might be worse than Tubi, bro.
I know. All right, that's hate. Could it be Fubo? I don't know, cause
Fubo's better than Tubi, man.
That's true. What? Look. I mean. What Pluto TV, because all they show is reruns that you can catch on local TV on the CW. Is the CW here? R.I.P. to UPN. Very very big impact in my youth. But yeah, that's what our quarterback room. We signed Brandon Allen, and then we pulled in Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle, yes.
Don't know how he's still in the league, but
dog. Tim Boyle must have went to he went to what is the dude's name? What's his name? Whitehurst University, and took the Chase Daniels led course on how to be a career backup in the NFL. Because how Tim Boyle is even on an NFL roster. Now, I'm not talking about practice squad. I'm talking about he's actually on the roster. Now, it could be on the practice squad, but that's terrifying. That's like a Saw thing. Like if they put me and you in a room with Saw and Jigsaw came out on a tricycle and said, let's play a game. The game that he would get that we would kill ourselves is like, hey, it's opening week 2025. These are your three quarterbacks. Who are you going to start? I'd just be like, hey, Trey, I'll holler at you.
GG's, man. GG's, bro.
GG's. You got me, Jigsaw. I'm
about
got
me, man.
Because, what? What in the world? So, Trey, tell me what do you think? Try to make sense of this, please.
I think more so either, I don't know who's going to be the backup. It could still be Will Levis, but I think the guys like Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle are camp bodies at this point, man. They're signed to cheap 1-year deals. We'll see what happens in camp, see who gets to stay or whatever. But I think both of those are like camp bodies.
Right.
I think one of those are camp bodies at the least. Maybe both. Maybe Will Levis is the backup. Who knows though? But
yeah, because
I don't think it's anything of significance, man.
Yeah, we didn't carry 3 quarterbacks all year last year. Because if that would have been the case, we would have still had Malik Willis, and we would probably be having way different conversation. I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, way different conversations than this. So we only carried Mason and Will. So, and then speaking of that, there was like a rumor that came up right after the pro day because again, we're gonna get to that. So hold your horses. You can skip past this part if you want to. Double click L or whatever. You can skip past it. We get to the pro day. But there was a rumor that the Titans had talked to the Cowboys about possibly trading Will Levis to them. Now, does that make sense? I don't know. It was a late round pick. Right now, I would trade Will Levis for a hot pocket and 3, maybe not 3, but 3 high chews. That's what I would trade him for. And you ain't got to give me a draft pick. Give me a 2028 7th round, and I'll trade you Will Levis. Because that's how out I am on Will Levis right now. But I don't think there was any and Chad Brinker, because NFL meetings are happening this weekend, Palm Beach, or they happen this weekend. And Chad Brinker talked to Jim Wyatt and said that there was that was false. I saw it on Jordan Schultz. They said, hey, that was a false report. They haven't talked to anybody. Will is going to be here and he's going to work. He's in the building. That man said every coach speak thing you could say in 22 words. He's in the building. He's working. Nobody believes that. Nobody cares. Because
we know what you mean, man.
Yeah. You ain't gotta fake it with me, man. You could be honest with us, Chad. You could be honest with me and Trey. Oh, we know.
We know. We know.
We watch the games. Look, you go back. I got a playlist. Of all the games that I watched and I live stream, brother. I was slumped over in my chair more than I was happy. All right.
Yep. Absolutely.
So we know you ain't gotta fake it for us. But that leads me to Cam Ward's pro day. Now, we know pro days are glorified throwing sessions,
They are.
But it was Miami's pro day. He didn't throw at the combine, and Cam Ward came out there and, he came back and I think he said to the media that the reason why he didn't throw at the combine is because he knew he had more eyeballs down here at Miami, so he wanted to get eyeballs on his teammates. Obviously, we all know the Arroyo's the tight end, and Restrepo is the wide receiver that everybody is happy about. Now,
yeah.
Restrepo looking slow, because that 4.83, 4.76 40 he ran, that was not good. But for the parts that I watched, he looked pretty fast enough to me. So maybe numbers are numbers. RAS score ain't gonna be that great. But tell me what you thought about the pro day.
I mean, I didn't get to see all of it because I was watching it at work. I had to do some stuff while I was at work. But from the stuff I saw after, I mean, it looked like he was, comfortable. Looked good. And the thing is, I've never put a whole bunch of stock into pro days anyway, because like you said, they're glorified throwing sessions, but also because they're in really familiar environments with really familiar people that know you and you know them. So I never put too much stock in. That's why I put a lot more stock into combine things and everything. So
right.
Like combine throwing and everything. But like you said, I mean, if we're taking significant stock into pro days, then what he said to Borgonzi and his boys at the pro day when he was making that throw across his body rolling to the left, he solidified it, man.
I'm solidified it. And let me tell you something. Hey, take an X-ray of his chest. He got that dog looking at you like what?
Dog at him.
Dog and that dog. Because man, that was on a bootleg. Like he threw. I think that's the one where he had one throw where he rolled out to his opposite side. I think it was the left side. He rolled out and kind of like faded back off his back foot, which is criminal in the NFL. But he faded off his back foot and had enough arm strength to get it down. It was perfect timing. I think Restrepo was the one that caught the ball. It would have been a touchdown had he, not been in coverage. But yeah, and he looked at Borgonzi and then they laughed. Now, the reason why I say it was a good pro day for Cam Ward is because I don't even think I've spent that much time with my family as much as the Titans have spent with Cam Ward.
Man, who you telling, man?
They took the man out to dinner the night before. They were there. Everybody who was the only person that wasn't in Miami for the pro day, I think was McKenzie there? Was Reggie McKenzie there? I don't think
I think a lot of the brass was there though.
Yeah.
That's why I can't remember the exact names, but I think a lot of the brass was there.
Amy Adams Strunk wasn't in the now come on now. There's only a few owners that are going to be at a pro day, like maybe
Yep.
Jerry Jones. So I wasn't expecting her to be down there, but seems like everybody that was anybody on the coaching staff was there. Now I think, and I'm saying, I think somebody said that they saw, on Flight Tracker, that they saw Amy Adams Strunk's private plane was in Miami in and around that time. But yeah, so he's already had a visit. I think he's going to have they've already met with him again since the pro day down in Miami and worked him out again. I think this was after the pro, and we haven't even gotten to Shadur's pro day. That's coming up. When is it coming up? I think it's this week.
I believe this upcoming week, man.
Yeah, like 4-4 or something like that. They have the Colorado showcase. And it's crazy, dog, because if you go back and watch our first episode, this is episode 7. We almost to 10, dog. We almost to 10. But we were perfect timing, dog. We was out here throwing up the thing, but now and it's just a testament. It's just like, hey man, sometimes you gotta step away from it, watch the film, because my homies in my group chat was always like, oh man, you don't know what you're talking about. Shadur is a good quarterback, but he's not number 1 pick overall worthy. And I was like, oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Then I started to watch some of that tape. I know Justin Graver, who's over there at Music City Audible, he posted a lot of things like that. So a lot of film, things like that. And then everybody's posting things. You got Dan Orlovsky, and it convinced me. I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I don't know ball like that, but I do know this. Like Cam Ward seems to be the Titans pick. I would almost say we're like, I said I was like 95.9% sure, but somebody told me I needed to bump that up to 99.88999. Repeat.
Yeah, yes, that's fair.
That he looks like he's coming here now. Did you see the ending clip after they had the Cam Ward special? So Cam Ward last play they did like a reverse.
Yep, little Philly special, man.
Yeah, Philly special. He caught it, and there's like a clip of Bo Hardegree, Hose, and Brian Callahan. Dog, I haven't seen Brian Callahan smile like that since the day he got hired. Never. I mean, it was almost like, hey, dog. I think after everybody saw that clip, they was like, man, you go ahead and take Cam off the thing, bro. They not trading out of that pick. Do you see any scenario now, given all the stuff that's happened, that we trade out of that pick?
Absolutely, bro. Unless it's a gargantuan offer that significantly changes the outlook of the Titans draft capital situation for next year, or of this year, next year, then no. Yeah. Literally just no way they trade out of that, man.
I can't see me. And I think, did you hear the rumor about the Giants? They talked to the Giants at the combine, but the Titans weren't coming off of needing like a 2027 first round pick too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think I saw that.
Yeah. So like, yeah, I think, and we'll after the draft we'll do a little recap podcast. We'll talk about how we think they did based off the grades, because everybody gives their grades, but grades are grades. But it's the dog days of summer as far as that's concerned. Yeah. But we look at what Borgonzi and them have done. They seem to be focused on building for after 2025. Like, so we know we're going to go through 2025. Yeah. And I think they're saying we have an opportunity to get a really good quarterback, and then try to fill it out from there. And then we'll see. It's almost like they're trying to do the same thing we did last year, but just, I guess, with a little bit more strategic. Because last year was, let's get it. We got it. We have a quarterback. Let's see what we got out of him. And then if we got something good out of him, let's build around that person. But then that person utterly failed at their job and should be marched through the streets like Cersei was in Game of Thrones. I'll ring the bell. I'll say shame all the way down Broadway.
Absolutely.
With Levis. So I think they're trying to do that again. I think they've watched the tape, watched the film. And Brian, I don't know if Brian's banging the table for Cam, but it seemed like, based off of that little interaction they had there, and the many times that they met with him, that it seems like they really, 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 really want
Cam Ward. Yeah.
Cam Ward. Yeah. I can't see now. Now we have other picks out here, and probably next week, I'll do some due diligence about diving into what do we do with the other picks that are not named Cam Ward.
Yeah.
But before we move to this next segment, you know what we got to do. You know what time it is. Look, let me tell you something, Doc. These high quality Section 240 merch shirts. Let me tell you something, man. It's high quality. It's 100% made in another country, but we don't care about that because we're supporting everybody's economy. But if you want to support the team, you want to support the channel, you want to support working people at other places in other worlds, get you a Section 240 shirt, dog. We got a plethora. Yeah, I know you like that, Trey. We got a plethora of merchandise for you. We got hats, we got sweatshirts, we got t-shirts at section240.com/shop. All right, we back. That was it. So yeah, sports channel. Oh, and yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. We got, again, don't forget, April 24th, in less than 30 days, dog, we're gonna be live streaming the draft. We're gonna be live streaming the draft. On draft night, we're gonna be right here. I think 2 hours. I think we're gonna show up to it. Me and Trey gotta work out the logistics.
Yeah.
We're gonna be live streaming 2 hours before the draft, all the way up to the first pick, and then we're gonna look at the draft because we never know. First night, we may come back in. We got the pick number 35, so we may come back in. Yeah. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure if you only know if you get your notifications, sub to the channel. Hey, you know what's up. All right, Trey. So we talked about Paul Kaharski in the first half. Now, everybody knows that if you know me and you follow me on Twitter, you know Paul Kaharski is my favorite Tennessee Titan beat writer. Boy, can't get enough of the PK. But Paul Kaharski, had an interesting article, and I'm not going to steal his thunder. He had an article, he said, and the title of it is I asked AI for a Titans mock draft. It stole one I had already published. So you can go to paulkaharski.com. I think he has a membership. Sign up for him if that's your thing. Yeah, he had that article out there, and it started me thinking. So I was like, well, he used Gemini. I'm not a Gemini guy. I'm more of a Chat-GPT kind of fellow. Have you perused in the world of AI there, Trey?
I have not. I'm not a big fan of the whole AI thing. But if people want to use it for dumb things I wouldn't call it dumb, but more so like stuff that'll just get your brain moving. I guess. Are you
trying to find just easy content clips? I don't know, but since Paul started it, we're gonna try it out here on the podcast. So Paul, thank you for the inspiration. All right, so I asked ChatGPT. I asked him similar thing. If you read Paul's article, you can see the prompt that he gave Gemini. I went back and asked ChatGPT a little bit the same thing. I said, this is the prompt that I gave. So if you don't know anything about AI, let's give you a crash course. AI is in there. You type in what you want it to do. So you give it a prompt. That prompt will then give the instructions to the AI, and then it will take on whatever responsibilities or tasks that you want it to do. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, for this conversation, you'll be acting as a new general manager, recently hired by the Tennessee Titans, and you came from a successful organization who has won multiple Super Bowls, but this is your first NFL draft as the leader. ChatGPT said, all right, let's get it. And it gave me a press conference. It said, this is what the press said. It says, good afternoon, everyone. Appreciate y'all being here. So I already got the Southern twang down from ChatGPT. So it's a special time for this organization. We put in months of work and we scouted, traveled, building a board that reflects our vision. And now it's time to capitalize on that preparation. And he says, I came here from an organization that knew how to build sustained success. That mindset doesn't change when you change logos. It's right here with me in Nashville. Like this dude, ChatGPT, is giving me hype. You know what I'm saying? He said, I told ownership and Coach Callahan on day one, we're building a team that's physical, smart, and explosive. We're not chasing trends, we're setting them. You know what I'm saying? Guys who fit the identity we're building. Disciplined, resilient, and relentless. And then he said, this is not about 2025. It's about laying the foundation for the next 10 years. He said, we're going to make your Sundays exciting again, and we're going to draft like champions. And then he says, he leans in and says, now let's get to work. So like ChatGPT kind of got me hyped about the draft pick. And then I told ChatGPT, I said, this is all what we need. I said, using all your resources, give me a reasonable 7-round mock draft for the team that's picking at these spots, similar to Paul's prompt. And this man ChatGPT proceeded to give me this. Hold your response to the end. He said, we picking Cam Ward, number 1 overall, Abdul Carter, 35, Jaden Barron from Texas in round 4, Mason Taylor, the tight end from LSU from round 4. He said, round 5, we are picking up Trevor Etienne from Florida. Round 5, we picking up also Billy Bowman, the safety out of Oklahoma. Number 178 got Xavier Truss, the guard out of Georgia, because we love guards out of Georgia. And then in round 6, we're going to get Jaden Higgins, a wide receiver. So maybe they watched last year's draft where we didn't get an offensive wide receiver until the last pick. I don't know.
But something like that.
Yeah. I told ChatGPT, Tre, I said, this don't sound legit. Carter is a consensus first rounder. And you know what he said? You're absolutely right. He's a widely projected as a top 5 pick. So he replaced Abdul Carter with Donovan Ezeiruaku. I don't even know. I butchered that so bad. The edge out of Boston College. So
he's probably a first round pick. So
yeah. So needless to say, what is your opinion, Tre, of this mock draft by Chat-GPT Borgonzi?
You know what, man? I'm gonna let Chat-GPT Borgonzi cook, man. I'm gonna let them cook him, in their own personal space, bro. Cooking your own little house, bro. Keep me out of it, bro.
I know, right? So what's crazy is that so this is what he said about, this is what Chat Borgonzi said. That's probably gonna be the title of the show. Chat Borgonzi. Chat-GPT Borgonzi. He said Cam Ward says securing a franchise quarterback is paramount. Cam Ward possesses the arm talent, mobility, leadership qualities that we need. I agree with that.
Fair enough.
Donovan, I'm not even gonna talk about it because we know he's a first round edge pick. Jaden Barron says adding depth to our secondary. He offers versatility and strong cover skills. I don't even know who JD Barron is. I don't know. Mason Taylor. Mason Taylor, tight end out of Louisiana. He's got us taking him in the 4th round. He said because he's a solid blocker. Trevor Etienne was the interesting one here. Because do you see Trevor Etienne dropping all the way to the 5th round?
Maybe. I'm not so sure because it's a real good running back class. A really good running back class.
Stupid good. Like I'm not not even talking about Jenny either. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know where Etienne ranks, among all those guys, man.
Yeah, I mean, did Etienne leave Georgia to go to Florida? Is that what he did?
He left Florida to go to Georgia.
Oh, he flip-flopped. Why did they have him going? Oh yeah, they say he's a power back. Like, but I already told you who I wanted as if we pick up a running back, I really want RJ Harvey. I really want that dude from UCF. Yeah. I'm just got an affinity to him. It has just seeing him on Saturday mornings. I think he's a really good runner, good speed. And Jaden Higgins, wide receiver. Well, Xavier Truss out of Georgia. He's a guard. I don't even know who Xavier Truss. Like a lot of these people, this is my first time here. Xavier Truss is 6'7", 320. Let me see. What's it? Now we gotta look at the RAS. What's the RAS score? Oh, I mean, ChatGPT not too bad with the RAS score. He 10.5 hand size, 33-inch arms. He run the 40 and 5.26. Vertical 26, broad jump 807. I don't know any bench. He don't have any bench, things like that. But not too bad. 6'7". I mean, maybe ChatGPT might be cooking with that bit. We do need a guard. Zeitler is only on a 1 year deal. So, all right. Yep. So, ChatGPT probably not coming for anybody's GM job anytime soon. I don't think. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, because he'd probably get fired. Knowing our owner, knowing Amy Adams Trump, if he put that up on the draft board, say, yeah, Abdul Carter's going to drop down to 35. Yeah, he would
You're
get fired.
ridiculous, man.
That'd
You're
be ridiculous. So speaking of Abdul Carter, his pro day came and went too, and he did nothing. So Trey, before we close this one out, because he is potentially could. There was rumors at the beginning of the year, beginning of draft season, that he was going to be he's the BPA. Do you still have that same thought process that he's the best player available, given that he didn't perform he didn't work out at the pro day, he didn't work out at the combine, he's dealing with the shoulder injury, he had a foot injury pop up. Now, granted, and some people will say, oh, he never missed a game in college. But what is your thought process as we close this out? What's your thought process on Abdul Carter?
I mean, I still think he's BPA. Like, and because he's literally a freak, man.
Right.
He's literally a freak. And he still has so much room to grow because he's only played like one full season as he's a full-time edge rusher. But he's, the injury things are starting to pile up. He's dealing with the shoulder, dealing with the foot, and everything. So, I mean, all that could be cured and everything. Over the course of the season, he could be fine. It's just more so. It's just a lot going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's the kicker.
That's where I stand with it, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, and this is totally unintended. Yeah, we signed Joey Sly as the kicker.
New kicker, man. New kicker.
So new times in Tennessee, to say the least.
Yep.
All right, y'all. So next week we're gonna be back again. We're gonna probably talk about every other pick not named number one and see what we can do. So maybe me and Trey will come up with our own mock drafts, AI assisted, and we'll talk about what the Tennessee Titans could do to fill some of these gaps that we have left on the screen. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget about the merch, section240.com/shop. Get you a t-shirt. And don't forget that we got more videos coming up. The draft live stream is gonna come up. We're gonna be announcing that shortly. It's gonna be a good thing. We're gonna try to see if we can get some guests on here. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
See if we can pull in here to on draft night. I don't know. Might pull
somebody in here, man.
Somebody from the group chat in here. You know what I'm saying? We never know. We just gonna have a good time that night. All right, man. So for Trey, my man Trey, I'm Bonafide, and this has been From the Cheap Season. So until we see you next time, peace.